So thank you, and hi everyone. This is so totally exciting to be here, and I'm so happy to meet you all. I'm quite happy actually that, thank you Pia-Noora, you stated and asked actually that there should be more humanists within the field of AI. So here I am, hello there, true social scientists working with AI projects. So I'm a bit humble also now here. I know there are many guys and girls here who are very well educated in AI. I try to be, but as a heart, I'm a humanist. I adore human communication, and I'm really interested in that. And I think that what Taneli also pointed out, that classification between different kind of companies within the AI field, I think we are applied AI. So it's the SaaS service with the 5% of AI in it. But I would say that we really know how to use it. so I'm happy to be here. And of course, because I'm a communicator by myself and former CEO in a communications consultancy company, I would make you to communicate also with me. Have you ever wanted to understand the world via someone else's eyes? Please raise a hand. If you wanted to understand the world via someone else's eyes. That's great. So we are quite in the same boat. Have you ever wanted to have an application or a product to make that understanding easier? So it's super machine. By myself, I've been so keen on these issues, and I think thanks to thanks to Finland actually, because I was born nearly 40 years ago in Jyväskylä, but soon after my birth, my father and mother moved to countryside in a very small village called Längelmäki, Västilä. And even the commune doesn't exist anymore. And we have to be happy because it was so little that only one serious cancer to someone living there could have actually taken that whole budget down and then collapsed the whole commune. But I think background for this, our own AI solution, what we got, grew during those days. Because it was such a wonderful to imagine and think why people in countryside and why people in the town where I was born, Jyväskylä, thought so differently. Why even they use different kind of language, despite it was Finnish language. Why didn't they communicate so well together? And okay, the other part of the story was that my father was also head of local education department, and we did leave those early 90s or late 80s that personal computers arrived in. And my father thought that, okay, it's really good that here also in our little commune we should have these computers in our schools. And he didn't know anything about them, and we didn't have that male expecting family member as siblings. So I looked those boxes very many minutes, very many days, and even some months, and then I said to my father, that, can I unbox these? Can I assemble these? And that ended up me building up the first internet to that little commune. So I am a bit of a social scientist, but a bit of a nerd also. And that's why I'm really happy to say I'm working at Illum, where we do go beyond words, and we are actually a culture analytics company. We've been working now 2 years, and we want to actually challenge the whole way the organizations are led. Because we think that if we understand the words, and if we go beyond the words, we can understand and lead in a much efficient and better way. I'm happy to say that we are already 5 of us. So we worked before under the name Vimma, but now we are Illum, and we have really good advisors also. I'm so humble to have them all on board, because without the team and without the advisors, we wouldn't be here at the moment. Okay, today I go through actually my presentation with 3 aspects, and I try to answer 3 questions, and they are very, very quite easy questions, but very hard to answer. I ask why first. I try to answer for you why we need to understand texts and people speaking about their culture. I also answer what we do, and I also answer how we do. So let's go. This is perhaps a very common picture for you and for all of us working with the leadership it is. I think why we need to do and why we need to have Illum kind of products in the future is that the old means in using information and leading with the information doesn't work anymore. There's one IBM guy up there, the former IBM guy called David Snowden, very interesting thinker. I think many of you have already met or read something from David Snowden. He has stated out that actually that in our complex and very volatile world, the only thing you can actually lead successfully is the current situation and the experience. And this does make really hard, leadership really hard. We cannot actually only apply quantitative data. Yeah, we can have really good statistical knowledge behind the quantitative data. But David Snowden also states out that we need to understand extremely well the quantitative data, and we need to be really good in qualitative data. This means that we need to collect stories, we need to collect people's ideas when they are freely talking about their work, their daily life, their routines. I bring one example from our customer side. We work closely with Wärtsilä, perhaps a company which is well known already by you. Wärtsilä works in 80 countries, and there are 19,000 employees and 19 languages at least. Okay, there we can go to, for example, like China. They have many languages, even more than the Mandarin. They changed their strategy a couple of years ago. Perhaps you knew about that also. They wanted to actually grow to be as a purpose-driven company. And their statement is that they really want to enable sustainable societies with smart technology. And before that, their strategy was totally different. They were not bricks and steel, but steel and hardcore company before that. And it was a huge step and huge gap between the existing culture and the wording, and then the wanted future, the wanted strategy. So they wanted to understand also, or especially the leaders, they needed to understand what we need to change in our daily life, so the current situation, and how do we actually even communicate about these issues with our own employees. So what are the words? What do we even understand each other? Does actually our purpose, for example, that sustainable society, mean same things in those 80 countries? No? Hello there. Did I run out my battery? Yeah, let's change. Yes, and that's really interesting, and that's the place we wanted to understand the employee experience, and then we go to what. And here we can see what does our application do. We analyze the authentic text and spoken language, and then we apply natural language processing algorithm, and actually we can put any kind of unstructured data, so textual data, 19 languages to that. And there we, after we carry out our own latent Dirichlet allocation model, which is topic modeling, and we are adding actually neural topic modeling to that, we after that build up a 3D visualization of the employee experience. So here you can see actually that how Wärtsilä's experience looked like, and we only took the proudness side here because we thought that the hard part, the question part, would be quite open from Wärtsilä's side to show to you. So here we can see that people, they are really proud of their good work, and they are really actually, here we can see all the bubbles. They are proud of their high quality products, high quality services to customer side. So they're very customer centric. But actually, colleague side is also really appreciated. But what was really important when we compared their employee experience to their leaders' experience was that actually their employees, they were really keen on already about the future orientation, and especially the sustainable orientation for the future. And they were even more going forward than their leaders were. So it was quite a surprising factor that their management board, okay, that's super. We totally need to actually take some hinders and make it more quicker even, that process. And for the future, we are happy to work with our super cool clients already, and we are looking forward to MRR, of course, and we are definitely looking forward to go to other countries quite soon and heavily, because as this is the issue, the more to countries, the trickier the experience, better we are. And we have also some future questions, what considers AI more. We need to exploit new ways, because we want to be set of tools ready-made and ready to use. So we are actually building up with Emblica word-to-vec modeling at the moment. And then there are certain technology questions, how many topics. So what is the black box, our black box? We are also at the moment testing with Business Finland AI project Gaussian process bandits optimization, to find out the real amount of the topics that we should understand from employee stories and texts. So this is really interesting. We want to go beyond words, and we want you as leaders or as employees to understand each other better, to be more successful, and even the build out, perhaps the peace. So thank you. I'm really happy to discuss you more in detail.